Up in just a second. But first, a heads up about a show that we're doing on Tuesday. We're talking about America's happiness gap. According to recently released World Happiness Report, the United States no longer ranks among the 20 happiest.
I'm happy to have this hurricane.
It's Americans under 30 who've reported the sharpest
16
decline
ouncer.
in happiness.
I'm happy.
Look at why Americans, and especially younger
Fucking
Americans,
happy.
might be reporting lower happiness and life satisfaction, and how Americans could define happiness differently. So, call in.
Not only am I happy, I'm slap
happiness
happy.
to me is blank. Leave us a voicemail, 855-236-1A1A. Who or what makes you the happiest? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Malt Liquor makes me the happiest. Roadside, street side.
Also leave a message with our app, 1A Vox Pop, and we'll get to your comments here on the show on Tuesday.
I'm a fool to do your shitty work. Oh, yeah.
Clark at Michigan Public and host Arthur Delaney. Well, you know what they say. If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press. But last Sunday was extraordinary.
16 ouncer.
I think our bosses owe you an apology for putting you in this situation.
Stopped at McDonald's. I was going to pick up some shit there. But they said they were closed until noon because of a water heater replacement.
She has credibility issues that she still has to deal with. Yeah. Is she speaking for herself, or is she speaking on behalf of who's paying her? I think you did everything you could do. You got put into an impossible situation, booking this interview, and then all of a sudden the rugs pull out from under you. You find out she's being paid to show up. NBC News has spent the week navigating the fallout from its now aborted hiring of ex-RNC chair Ronna McDaniel as a political contributor and analyst. That was former Meet the Press host Chuck Todd you heard there, who wasn't the only on-air host to weigh in, but his comments set the tone for what was to come. NBC News cut ties with McDaniel on Wednesday. The question we've asked was, what was NBC thinking? Pat texted us to say NBC wasn't thinking. That was the problem. Well, Zoe, you're both a political reporter and a manager there at Michigan Public. What issues did this whole episode raise for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, well, let's just start with just that fascinating dynamic. As you said, we were watching in real time in our household, and it's like one of those live TV moments where you kind of are just watching something historic happen, as Chuck Todd, as we all just heard, really just went at his bosses and saying they failed us. And so as a manager, that is not something you ever want to happen live on television at any given time, but it shows really the strains within executives at NBC and their decision making and their hopes for, whether we can debate whether it was access or viewership among Republican voters. We're still all scratching our heads trying to figure out that one. But the journalists on the ground who are actually doing the work and have had relationships with Ronna Romney McDaniel. In Michigan, we call her Ronna Romney McDaniel, and her folks at the RNC for years, and trying to get the truth behind what the RNC believed vis-a-vis election 2020 support for Donald Trump.
Arthur, why is it okay for NBC to pay someone like Michael Steele, another former RNC chair, and Ronna McDaniel is a problem? The reaction to this has a lot of Republicans to say NBC won't have a Republican.
It's a hurricane.
That doesn't appear to be the case at all. What's the difference here with her specifically?
Election denialism, whereas Michael Steele is sort of like I guess you could say a reformed Republican, or someone who at least didn't buy into Donald Trump's outright lying.
Yeah, someone who doesn't lie about the election.
Yeah, but it's a weird look at this rarefied world where you're a politician, so you get to have a six-figure media deal for no other reason, while most reporters make a fraction of that, doing much harder and more valuable work. So it's a weird situation all around, not just because of Ronna McDaniel, but you can see why that hiring decision could be considered beyond the pale, whereas other former political figures, not as much so.
What was the disconnect here, though, between NBC executives?
I'm a fool to do your shitty work. Fucking
ass. Very clearly, unequivocally, completely against
unequivocally.
I don't know what's going on. I have no expertise on the internal
hurricane
there. I thought
16 ounce.
surprising that
Just
they fired her.
starting to feel a Malt Liquor buzz.
And
Come
even
on.
more surprising that
Inside the
in
brain head.
response to this backlash, they fired her, but they're not saving any money. She's going to get her whole contract. What was the point of that? It was just a double dip in controversy. So I have to assume it placated people inside, because from the outside, it doubled the size of the mess they're dealing with.
We're going to talk a lot more about the hiring and firing of Ronna McDaniel and the implications for a media trying to figure out how to cover Trump and Trumpism 8 years in. That'll be on the show on Monday. We urge you to tune in then. All right, let's put Ronna McDaniel to the side for a moment, because Donald Trump's Truth Social made its debut on the NASDAQ markets on Tuesday. The stock price, well, it soared at first, powered by supporters looking to invest in the former president's business. But the platform's stock success, well, it doesn't seem to match fundamentals and financials. Truth Social lost $49 million last year, has fewer users than any other social network that's ever gone public. Camila, why did Donald Trump...
How do you lose $49 million?
...his part of the business publicly now?
Well, there's a lot of speculation, and the timing of this, I mean, nobody can deny this is when he's facing a lot of legal challenges, and like we've mentioned earlier in the show,
Like Martha Stewart had to do time.
The judges are,
Trump's got to do his.
He has to face a lot of legal
Done way
fees
worse.
in his indictments, and so that is something kind of top of mind that people are considering. This is why the timing of his social media platform, which he primarily used after he left Twitter, and he's been using that a lot to just kind of tout his campaign messages, and using that just to kind of shape his and his followers, try to go on there to kind of a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservative messaging on that platform. So I think the timing of why he's trying to sell this, it's no secret of the legal challenges he's facing, the fact that he has to pay a lot of legal fees. But I mean, we've kind of looked into how many shares he owns, and he owns a substantial amount of shares into the company. And I think they're projecting that he could get almost close to $3 billion if they close on this deal.
Are there investors going to be as lucky as Donald Trump on this deal?
No. I mean, he needs money, and my point was only that even during Holy Week, you can...
At $59.95.
That's right. That's happening. In case anyone out there doesn't know that Trump is selling a MAGA Bible.
Complete. Don't read out what it comes with. It comes with a copy of...
Fuck that guy and fuck Putin. Fuck Trump. Y'all motherfuckers fucking shit up. Got no love, then no glove.
$60 is a fair price, but if you want to help Donald Trump, that's one way to do it.
All right, you can get a Bible for free.
Want to help him?
You can get the Declaration for free and the Constitution for free. But if
It's
you want to pay
something,
$60, Donald Trump is your man. All right.
Fuck that guy.
Donald Trump is a key Florida resident, has his company on the market. Also in Florida, the governor, Ron DeSantis, signed a new bill that bans children under 14 from having social media accounts. Kids between 14 and 16 have to have a parent's permission under the new law. Other states, including Arkansas, California...
Well, I'm drinking Malt Liquor. And I keep drinking Malt Liquor.
In February, a federal judge temporarily blocked Ohio's law on teens' First
I got shit to do.
access information online. Florida's House Speaker Paul Renner. This bill is really about protecting the safety of children online. The internet's still wide open for kids. If they want to get on mom or dad's account to sell something, they can still do that. But we're not going to leave our kids totally defenseless and on their own against this very powerful, addictive technology that is destroying their lives. Florida's House Speaker Paul Renner talking to CBS Miami on Monday. So Zoe, parents are concerned there's bipartisan agreement.
Putin's destroying our lives. Trump's destroying our lives. Biden isn't doing much better, but I'm not gonna I want to be my own president, man. Everyone's their own president. You don't need Trump. We don't need religion to know love. All you need is love. You don't need religion or nothing to show you how to do that crap. What good is that doing? Nothing. Wars. That ain't love. We got a love against the Nazis. We kicked their ass. We beat them. Now we got a love against... Put love against a lot of not love stuff. You gotta unlove Trump. You gotta unlove Putin. You gotta love to destroy.
Corporations and organizations like that. But
Like
in
that.
terms of whether this is going to go to court, absolutely. But one more note, like, let's all be real honest. Like, a 14-year-old is going to figure out.
Why do
if they want. Like, we've got 3-year-olds.
Trump followers gotta do the dirty work for that motherfucker?
Like, let's be real about
Why
it.
do we gotta eat his shit and die?
This issue of guardrails and what we're going to do as a society is just so prevalent right now.
As a society, what we need to do is love. Without religion. Let love rule, not religion or Christianity. What good has that done? It just causes hate. It's like cops. They're not good for nothing. All they do is give people citations and fines and shoot people and kill people. Innocent people most of the time. Sometimes they take out, some bad guys, but most of the time they're killing innocent people. I thought he was going for a gun. I asked him to take out his wallet to get his license, and I thought he was going for a gun, so I popped his ass. He did. He did now. It's okay. I'm a cop. Fuck those guys too, then, if that's the way they want to be. All they do is cause problems. More problems than there actually are. If there wasn't cops, there wouldn't be so many problems. Wouldn't have to pay tickets for stuff you don't know you're not supposed to be doing. Learn the hard way. Make like one movement. Shot you. We'll run you over with a car. Get away with it. I am the law. Anyway, vote for yourself for president.